What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If it is your first time touching down on this channel, welcome to Small Feet Big Heat. We talk sneakers, we talk streetwear, and everything in between. If you haven't seen it already, yesterday I brought back the Heat Rewind, and today we are bringing back monthly favorites. At a certain point, it just got really hard for me to narrow down my favorites from a specific month. We were unboxing a lot of really cool new releases, old releases, a lot of dope clothing was coming in. You can go back and check out the sneaker on foots for yourself, the haul videos for yourself. There was also a lot of entertainment that I was enjoying, so it just got really hard to narrow down my favorites from a specific month, but I am bringing the series back today. Let's jump right into it because we have a lot of stuff that I want to cover. First is a segment that is new to the monthly favorites, and that is going to be food and snacks. I have definitely been enjoying myself food and snack wise during quarantine, but one of my favorites has been the chili chews. Chili chews are basically gummy candy covered in chamoy and tahini. Now this is something that I would normally be able to get off of the street, like from a street vendor in New York City. However, with COVID-19 and everything going on, street vendors are just, it's not something that I'm doing right now. So chili chews has come in clutch. I can order these from my home and they deliver it right to you. You pop them in the fridge if they get a little melted, and that's about it. Delicious. I have a sweet tooth for sure. I have for years. I've had a sweet tooth since I was a kid, so this is definitely like kind of a fix for me. I need to have these in the fridge. The Gushers are probably my favorite one, the Gushers, and then maybe these like peach ones. Those are definitely my favorite too. So that's been my favorite snack the last couple of months. Let's move on to some entertainment. The first of which I want to talk about this book. This book is from Curtis Jackson, aka 50 Cent, and it is called Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter. I picked this up a while ago and I've just been enjoying reading it. I recently finished it, so I wanted to make sure I included it in this video. Now before I get into whether or not I enjoyed the book, I do want to say just because I purchased this book does not mean that I fully agree with 100% and I stand and support 50 Cent, because I don't. He says some ignorant things sometimes. So I did want to say that, you know, I'm not a complete 50 Cent stan, but I have been a fan of him since I was a kid. I still know all the lyrics to the songs on Get Rich or Die Trying. I've seen the movie a bunch of times. I've actually seen all of his movies a bunch of times. So I am a 50 Cent fan, and I wanted to read this book because I read his first book, From Pieces to Weight, and I kind of wanted to see the evolution. Now, celebrity books, the problem with celebrity books, for me at least, is that they're usually filled with a lot of hyperbole, a lot of that typical from rags to riches storyline that they really want you to buy into for this person, regardless of who the celebrity is. They really want to stress the point that anything is possible because this person made it from point A to point B, and this is how they did it, without actually telling you how they did it. It's just point A, this is where this person was, and here they are today. You can do it too. So that's my problem with celebrity books. But I will say that this book actually had some real substance to it. So if you're a 50 Cent fan, I would say pick it up. Give it a read. It was definitely an easy read. I breezed through it. I did try to like stretch it out because I was enjoying it, but it is an easy read. You can probably finish it in a day if you're a 50 Cent fan. If you're not a 50 Cent fan, I don't really see you liking the book too much. You might be more inclined to just pick up like a self-help book on work productivity or something like that, because that's probably more in line with what you're thinking this book is about. This book is actually the perfect transition because I do want to talk about music that I've been enjoying next. One album that I really have been enjoying is Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon, the Pop Smoke album. Unfortunately, Pop Smoke did die before the project could be finished and released. So 50 Cent stepped in and stepped up as executive producer. He finished the album. It was released. It's a really good album. So if you're not a fan of Pop Smoke, but you're worried about bandwagoning or anything like that, just listen to it. It's good music. If you are a Pop Smoke fan, I'm sure you already listened to it. For me, it was a bit bittersweet. While I'm really happy that they were able to finish the album, put it out there because I've been enjoying listening to it. It's been heavy in the rotation. I am a bit sad because it is the last of new Pop Smoke music. But next up, we do have an album and an EP that I want to talk about. 6 Piece Hot from Black and Detroit 2 from Big Sean. Black's EP 6 Piece Hot is a vibe from start to finish. Black is still really underrated if you ask me. So if you haven't heard of him before this video, Go check out his music. It's definitely worth it. He is super slept on. The beats are there, the lyrics are there. He's very talented. I have seen him perform live. Hopefully, when the issues and regulations regarding social gatherings relax a little bit, I can see him perform live again. Big Sean's Detroit 2 was long awaited for me, as I'm sure it was a lot of other people. Big Sean's music is just like the hustling anthem for me. It's what gets you up, gets you going, makes you want to be better than you were yesterday, and that's what I'm all about. Just self-improvement, growth, and being the best possible version of yourself that you can be. That's what his music says when I listen to it. It's what's on in between takes while I'm filming. It's what I'm listening to while I'm editing. What you put into your mind really does affect you. It affects your outlook. It affects your productivity. But if you don't care about any of that, let me just say it's a fire ass album. Go listen to it. Now all I need is another 2088 album, because Big Sean and Jhené Aiko make beautiful music together. Time to get into what I've been watching, and I have been consuming a lot of movies, a lot of TV shows in my downtime. 2 TV shows specifically stand out as my favorite, so let's jump into the first one, which is Lovecraft Country. This is one I had no intentions of watching, but people just kept telling me, oh, it's really good, you gotta watch it, it's so good, you gotta watch it, it's black, you gotta watch it. So I finally, I broke down and I watched it. It's on HBO. It's an HBO original, if I'm correct. It is based on literature for sure. Whether or not it's a novel, I can't really remember right now, but the show is bomb. The storyline is really good. The actors are really good. I love the soundtrack. The soundtrack is like a mixture of music, spoken word, poetry, speeches. It's really engaging. Now, I'm not a big fan of sci-fi and horror. There are elements of those genres that I do enjoy, and seeing those elements in Lovecraft Country really make it exciting. The only thing that concerns me about this show, and it isn't necessarily even about the show, but I don't want it to become the next Underground. Underground was a show that I absolutely loved. I've watched it and rewatched it several times now, and it doesn't even actually have an ending, so I just get pissed off every time. But Underground was an amazing show, and it was eventually canceled after 2 seasons because apparently it was too expensive to produce. I always thought that that was some bullshit that, the station or the production team or whatever was just putting out there to kind of shut people up. I always thought that it was BS, but I don't want Lovecraft Country to turn into the next Underground and be canceled without a real ending or just after 2 seasons. The second show that I've really been enjoying, and I feel strongly when it comes to this one, you need to watch it. Everyone needs to watch it. It is so good. And that is Power Book 2, Ghost. I feel really strongly about the Power series. Power, the original, was an amazing TV show, and when it ended, I was super nervous about all the news about 5 spin-off shows, and all of the spin-off shows were going to recur one after the other, and it was just some really scary news because I didn't want the quality of what Power is to be diluted in all of these different, spin-offs and branch-offs of the original show. So I was really nervous that Power Book 2 Ghost was not going to live up to my expectations. But let me tell you, this has had me on the edge of my seat every Sunday watching it. It's been so entertaining. Once again, the storyline, amazing. The new set of actors, amazing. Even though some of them are a bit younger, they're doing a really good job. The soundtrack is fire, of course. I mean, it's executive produced by 50 Cent. How could the music be whack in 50 Cent's TV show? 2 complaints that I've been seeing about the show from other people, not anyone that I know that watches it, but other people like on Instagram and the people that review TV shows on YouTube, are that one of the main characters is gay and that the show feels young. So the first one, I'm just gonna say this. People are gay. People are gay in real life. Okay, you gotta hang it up, flat screen, let it go. There's no agenda behind it. People are gay in real life. I don't know what rock you've been hiding under, but people are gay. They out here just being gay. Okay, so it makes sense that you're gonna see gay people on TV. Now, the second thing about the cast being younger or the show feeling younger, yes, Tariq is now the main character of the show, and Tariq plays an 18-year-old. So, of course, he's in college, he's doing younger things, young adult things, but there's definitely a nice balance between young adult storylines and adult storylines, okay? It's not like we're watching Gossip Girl. Gossip Girl was a really good show, by the way. I'm Just saying. There's still murder, there's still sex, there's still drugs and drama every episode. Check it out if you haven't already. Moving on to my favorite pickup, some people's favorite part of this video. I know. Let's get to it. First and foremost, I do want to shout out the brand that actually sent this to me. Happy Memories Don't Die. This has been my favorite hat since they sent it to me. I've been rocking it all summer. It is the upside down hat. I know some people are a little bit tired of that trend, but honestly, I live in New York City. I see fitted hats, Yankee fitted hats everywhere I go, and so this one just switches it up. It makes me stand out just a little bit. Another one of my September favorites are the Union 4s, of course, one of my favorite releases this year, and it did come out late August, but my pair wasn't delivered until September, so I'm gonna go ahead and count it as one of my favorites for September. This shoe looks amazing. I still don't care what anyone has to say about it, and if you think that the black colorway is trash, you're sleeping on it, okay? The guavas are nice, and I still need those, but the black ain't nothing to play with either. If you made it this far in the video, comment down below your favorite 50 Cent song, or if you don't like 50 Cent, just comment down below your favorite rapper. I'm interested in seeing how many people are gonna listen to me talk and make it this far in the video. If you did make it this far in the video, you're a real one. Let's get into my last favorite pickup, this advisory board crystals puzzle. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you know that my first puzzle was stolen, but I was able to buy a new one, and I didn't have to pay resale for it. These things are going for like $100, which is ridiculous. I was able to get it for retail price, and I've really been enjoying putting it together. It's been a really nice way to disconnect from the news and social media and the internet and just everything that goes on day to day. Just take 1 or 2 hours and work on the puzzle. I've been spacing it out so it's not done just yet, and I've already bought another one so that I can kind of keep this going. Again, it's just been a really nice way to unplug, and I can't wait until it's finished. It's gonna look really dope hanging in the back. And that is about it for my monthly favorites. I know these videos are not the most popular, so once again, if you made it this far in the video, you are a real one. Like, comment, subscribe, show us more YouTubers some love, and I'll check y'all out in the next one.